Okay, excellent. Hafaday, I'm so sorry. I'm between meetings right now, so I ran out to my car so I could get a quiet space. The Healthy and Prosperous Communities Committee, led by fearless Lola Leon Guerrero and myself, we're usually the first to present, which, I mean, that's a good thing. And if we were going to give ourselves a grade, I think Lola and I would give our committee an A for all that we've accomplished since April of 2021. And so I'm going to go ahead and run down the list, and Lola will chime in as she as if I she'll chime in as well. So some of the results since April 2021, as everyone is aware, well, I think to start with, I'd like to just kind of touch on there very broadly. What we're seeing as far as results since April 2021 is massive cooperation across all government leadership. So government and private sector leadership. So what we're looking at is change from a policy perspective, change from at the agency level, so from our executive branches, et cetera, and then from the general public as well. So we're seeing a lot of great movement, and we're really happy to report. What we have seen since April 2021 is, of course, as we've continued to wage the ongoing battle with COVID-19, over 87% of Guam's eligible population is fully vaccinated against COVID-19. In addition, public health continues to provide programs for expecting and breastfeeding mothers. Tobacco prevention programs are shifting to social media and community partnerships versus in-person delivery as a result of the social gathering restrictions and whatnot. The Guam Behavioral Health and Wellness Center inpatient detox program opened on May 27th, and construction of a residential treatment center for women started. In addition, Guam Behavioral Health and Wellness began some mental health and substance abuse treatment for Department of Corrections inmates. And so these are things from the health perspective that have been accomplished. From prosperous community, what we've been working towards is really building a diverse economy by adding agriculture and aquaculture as a major industry, as establishing agriculture and aquaculture in a sustainable way on our island. So some of the things that have occurred since April of 2021. So prior to between the September and April reporting, we were happy to report that public health was buying produce from our local farmers. But since April of 2021, now the Department of Education is also purchasing local produce from our farmers. In addition, I had mentioned cooperation at all levels, including policy level. We had Senator Clint Ridgell introduced bills to criminalize crop theft. So this is a big problem for our farmers, getting their crops stolen, and there being really very little consequences for the perpetrators of the crimes. And so since then, Public Law 36-10 was passed to criminalize crop theft, in addition to PL 36-24, Public Law 3624, to create a bona fide buyer certificate program. And again, this is just these are additional safeguards in place so that we know our farmers and know where our food is coming from, and knowing that they're coming from a farmer who has an established set of health and safety practices with regard to growing their food. Since then, since April, 5 new bills have been introduced to strengthen agriculture and aquaculture, again, by Senator Clint Ridgell, and we're very grateful for his advocacy in this space. Over $3 million in grant funding has been awarded for local agricultural and aquaculture projects. And these include grants awarded to GIRA, the agency I come from, the Guam Economic Development Authority, for a commercial aquaculture feasibility study, to the Department of Ag as well, for their work, as well as one project that has to do with farmer stress and helping farmers cope with the stresses of regulations, as well as the stresses of selling and marketing their produce. The Farm to Table also received a grant for increasing workforce development, and Guam Sustainable most recently received a grant as well. So over $3 million in grant funding awarded. We're very proud of all these organizations for seeking this, going after this funding, and getting awarded this funding. And of course, the G3 Circular Economy Makerspace and Innovative Hub, this has been in the planning. Gita was a partner on this, and this has been launched. Some of the expected results that we hope to see in the next 6 months is we'd like to put in an application from a US EDA project, a Build Back Better regional project in this aquaculture space. The Soil and Water Conservation District expects to complete its long-range plan. In addition, there's some credentialing and curriculum that's being developed by the Department of Ag in conjunction with the University of Guam for Chamorro Land Trust farmers, and that's still in process, but is expected to be kind of wrapping up by the next reporting period. Some things that are emerging, the governor Leon Guerrero established the Governor's Economic Diversification Working Group in conjunction with private sector partners. And in that is an aquaculture and agriculture subcommittee that will be undertaking a lot of the work. There's certainly some overlapping work with this committee, but really about pressing forward these industries in addition to other industries to promote a diverse economy. And some of the needs that we identified in accomplishing these goals had to do with, well, obviously COVID-19 is still impacting the ability to carry out programs. And so it's affected addressing obesity and the risk of chronic disease. It's affected working, and some of the needs include working with the legislature for, I think it's vaping, the electronic nicotine delivery system, to add that to the smoke-free public spaces, school-based tobacco prevention and outreach. Basically, COVID-19 is affecting the ability to deliver these programs in person, and so continuing to be innovative to try to deliver these programs in other ways. And in addition, specific to agriculture and aquaculture, the need for more land and space for all of these programs to be carried out. I think all of the organizations that take part in these projects, whether they be the Department of Ag or our nonprofits, even our farmers co-op, to be able to grow your produce, sell your produce, and as well as your fish and aquaculture type projects would certainly be helped by additional resources in the land space, as land is kind of scarce on our island, and so this would be very helpful. This was identified to be very helpful. Ms. Lola, did you want to plug in anything?
No, the only thing just to mention for additional information with Guam Behavioral Health and Wellness Center, so they did get DOI funding, CIP, for the renovation and repair at the Talafovo Cottage homes, and then they also received a supplemental funding from DOI as well under CIP for the construction for the New Beginnings drug and alcohol building facilities, and that's about all. Thank you, Mel.